area. As you know, I recently went to Hawaii for 2 weeks, and while I did enjoy the island life, I definitely made sure to incorporate BTS into my trip, just like the good and dedicated army that I am. So in 2017, our favorite boys visited both the Big Island and Oahu while filming the variety show Voyage. Definitely check out this show if you haven't already. It is so binge-worthy and the cutest thing in the world. But before my trip began, I made sure to watch the whole season and then made a list of all the spots that they went to. And then during my trip, I tried my best to visit all of those places, even if it was just for a quick stop, and I'm going to share it with all of you. So if you're Army and you're ever in Hawaii, then this is the itinerary to go with. Also, this only includes places that they went to in Oahu since I didn't go to the Big Island this time. But I'll post a full list of all the places below, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's start with my favorite part, and probably there's two, the food. So if you watched the episode, Jin and his babies Jimin and Jungkook were originally planning to go to Marugame Udon. That's the famous Japanese udon restaurant, but the line was way too long for them. Side note, I did eat at Marugame. I actually ate there 3 times on this trip, so even though they didn't go, I still recommend checking it out because it is so good. You will literally inhale those noodles. So like I said, they decided to go to Mikowan, a Korean restaurant right around the corner. RM and jhope actually ended up going there as well, and the two groups ended up sitting in the same section. So I went around lunchtime and it actually wasn't busy at all. I didn't get to sit at the table where their autograph was, but I was still able to take some pictures with it. And I even met a fellow Army there. Hi Nyla, it was so nice to meet you and your mom. And I ended up ordering the chike ramen. Honestly, this was just instant shin ramen that you can make at home. I don't know why I ordered this, but it's okay because I honestly just went for the vibes and the vibes were great. But definitely get something else. They have so many options, so many different Korean foods, so just don't get the ramen. But also my waitress was so nice. She let me go around the corner to the section where the boys actually sat, bless her soul, and she just let me take pictures and videos and just soak it all in. But that section, which is closed off right now, is literally a shrine for them, so that part made up for the food. On their North Shore day, after the boys did a shark cage adventure, they split up for lunch while in Haleiwa. RMV and Jimin went to Teddy's Bigger Burgers, while Jin, Suga, and JK went to Hono's Shrimp Truck. And Hobie was not there, he had to go home because he got sick. But first I tried Hono's Shrimp Truck. This is in the same location as Giovanni's, and honestly, I'm so glad that I picked Hono's because compared to Giovanni's, there was literally no line. I don't understand why though, because it's honestly as good, if not better than Giovanni's, so they deserve a long line too. But I honestly thought it was so good that I went for a second time a week later. Shout out to BTS! But after I got there and fangirled over their autograph, I was able to try their regular shrimp scampi, which was chef's kiss. The shrimps at Hono's were honestly the biggest compared to all of the other trucks that I tried, and the flavor was amazing. And the plate also came with rice and a cabbage salad that was so addicting. The truck itself also offers a lot of different types of shrimp plates, and since it's Korean, it also has kalbi. But for my second visit, I ended up trying the spicy shrimp plate with my parents, and this was honestly my favorite. I even think it was the best spicy shrimp plate that I had in North Shore. Their spicy is definitely on the spicier side, even for a person who likes spice like me, so just keep that in mind if you can't handle too much heat. But yes, honestly, both times that I went to Hono's were just so satisfying and delicious, and the next time I go to Hawaii, I will be sure to come back. Up next is Teddy's Bigger Burgers. I definitely would have never thought to try this place if it wasn't for BTS going here, but this is actually a pretty big chain in Hawaii, but of course I had to go to the actual location that the boys went to. I ordered the Kaneohe burger, which is what V and RM got. It had bacon, cheddar, and avocado, and honestly it was a pretty standard burger, nothing too special, but it wasn't bad either. It was still pretty good. I did get a shrimp plate before this, so I was actually pretty full and I only ate half of it, but if you're ever in the mood for a burger while you're in Hawaii, I definitely recommend checking it out. Also, just a warning, there were so many bees when I was there. I don't know if it was the weather or what, but there are so many bees outside, so just be careful if you decide to sit there. So this is the last food spot. I didn't actually eat here, but I just stopped by so I could take a picture. Hihi. It was a Korean fast food restaurant, Yummy Kbbq, that Jungkook and Jimin went on their first day in Oahu, but now it's called Kim's Kbbq, and they serve a bunch of meat dishes and Korean plates and sides. It's a cute little hole in the wall spot, and if you're ever in that area and are hungry, maybe it's worth trying. So that was all of the food spots that I remember visiting. Now I'll go over all the touristy areas that the boys got to visit. First is a spot that I literally went to every day, which is Waikiki Beach. This is a must in Oahu, and honestly, even though it's very, very touristy, I still love going here. I walked along the beach just like the members, snapped some selfies activities and just took in the beautiful sunset every single day. This is honestly just such a beautiful beach in my opinion. It is a great place to bring your family, just sit, eat a bowl of poke or shaved ice, or just take a quick dip in the ocean. Also make sure to say hello to the Duke Paoa Kahanamoku statue just like our boys. So if I remember correctly from Bon Voyage, the boys made their way to Honolulu. They were walking around along Waikiki, and I think it's kind of blurry. From what I remembered, I cannot point. From what I remember, they were over there in that like extension bridge sort of thing, and then they walked along this way and took pictures, and then they took a selfie just like this with the building. But yes, I'm walking where BTS has walked. Amazing. I love them. So on the day I drove around the island, I took a quick stop to the Kualoa Regional Park where the members had a picnic and played that funny little slipper game. But it was a pretty gloomy and windy day when I went, so I didn't stay too long. I think this was the tree that they took a picture at, and I tried to take a selfie, but it was just not working for me. And right across from the park is the famous Kualoa Ranch. I am poor, so I didn't pay to do any of the activities there. I just took a picture with the sign. But for their trip, the boys did do an ATV tour. Driving the ATVs yourself is unfortunately no longer an option at the ranch, but they do still have a bunch of tour options there. I am going to confess I'm actually going back to Hawaii again in August this year, so maybe I'll actually save a little so I can actually do a tour at the ranch. After Kualoa Ranch, the boys went to the Polynesian Culture Center for dinner. I actually went here on Christmas Eve with my parents, and it was such an experience. You can walk around the park and see all the different themed islands where there's a bunch of activities to do. We didn't really get to do them because we got to the center pretty late, but they have spear throwing, canoe rides, hula performances, and so much more. If you have kids, definitely consider this as a full day activity for your family. But later in the evening, there's also a dinner. So my family did not get the dinner package that BTS got. We're on a budget, you know, but theirs included a buffet and a small show on the side. I did pass by that area though, so that counts as something. That's where BTS ate, but my parents and I got the other one, so it's okay. Next time. But the dinner that my parents and I did was honestly the same concept. It was just a different buffet and there was no show, but the food was actually pretty good. It included dishes from so many different Asian cultures, and I was definitely a very happy girl after the meal. And like I said, if you have a little more money to spend, the buffet that the boys had included a hula performance, and they even pulled V, Hobie, and Jimin up, where they of course killed it. I mean, look at those hips. And then after dinner is the incredible Breath of Life show. I was literally in awe the whole time. I 100% recommend watching this show. I actually don't think that the boys watch it, but like I said, it is not a show to miss in my opinion, so just watch it. And the only spots that I didn't have time to visit was the area outside the Honolulu Zoo. The boys did spend some time here right before they split into their friendship groups. Honestly, I don't think there's really much to do here unless you actually go to the zoo, but just throwing it out there. Also, I didn't get to visit the restaurant V and Suga went to while they were on their friendship date. It was a Korean restaurant and it looked like they ate some yummy noodles, so if anyone knows where it was, drop it in the comments below and maybe I can go in August. And that, my friends, is a BTS Oahu itinerary. If you need a reminder of all the places, I'm going to link them in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I had experiencing it. If you did, just make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and the bell button. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to grow that platform as well, so I hope to see you there. But until then, see you soon. Saranghae!